Andariki Namaskaramlu. Today is the fourth day of our classes on Sanaatana Dharma and second day on Shodasa Samskarams. So we have these classes tomorrow also. After that, we will have another 2 sessions during the end of this month. We will start with Vande Mataram. Chala Chitbabu garu.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam, Malayaj Sitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. Subrajyosna pulakitayamini pullakusumita drumadala shobhini suhasini sumadhura bhashini sukhadam varadam mataram vande mataram. Vande Mataram. Namaskar.
Vande Mataram. Now, let us request Hiren Parekh to chant Pradhana, please.
Namo Namah, everyone. Let's meditate for 1 minute, and then followed by thrice Omkara, and then the Prarthana. Close your eyes and meditate for 1 minute. Om Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om. Om Gananath Ganapati Gum Havamahe Kavim Kavinamupamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspatana Shrimvan Vipissida Sadhanam. Om Shri Mahaganadhipataye Namaha. ॐ प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु। ॐ श्रीमहासरस्वत्यै नमः। गुरुरेव गतिः गुरुमेव भजे गुरुनैव सहास्मि नमो गुरुवे न गुरो परमः शिशुरस्मि गुरो मतिरस्ति गुरो मम पाहि गुरो। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्युर्मामृतं गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव। ॐ सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं कर्वावहै मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। हरिः ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। ధన్యవాదాలు.
ధన్యవాదములండి కిరణ్ పరేఖ్ గారు. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. Now let us request Visalakshi garu to start the webinar, please.
Om Om Sri Mahaganathipataye Namaha. Om Sri Parvati Rajarajeshwarabhyam Namaha. Om Sri Medha Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Sri Mahasaraswatye Namaha. Om Sivaya Gurave Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya cha Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Today we have to start with Namakarana Samskara. Today I want to complete at least Namakarana, Nishkramana, Annaprasana, Chuda Karma and Karnaveta also. We'll see how much time we can get. Namakarana is naming ceremony, keeping name to the newly born child. It is also called as cradle ceremony nowadays because we keep the child in the cradle also after naming. This is also called as Balasare. Barasala we say Balasare, giving Sara to Bala, the child. So many names are there. And after this is also considered as Namakarana Mahotsava because we invite all the relatives, friends, nearby people and all. So this samskara is done mostly as the festival with all nearby people, near and dear. So when the child is born, it will not have any name at all till Namakarana is done to the baby to give an identity. So actually we keep the name to the child because the child should have its own identity by which it can be recognized and realized and get good name and fame. So till that time, till the name is given to the child, normally the child will be called as a particular person's baby, either by mother's baby or father's. By their name, they call that. So thus by either, suppose mother's name is something, then her baby, like that they say. So a very good name should be given to the newborn baby for maintaining the worldly affairs also. For each and every work, whatever the person has to do, we need name. So the baby must be given a name by parents and all. So the baby needs a name actually while doing Nitya Pujas, Naimitika Pujas, Pitru Karyas, and whatever works we do, the name is important because the person, the one who does is called as Yajamani. So he has to say his Gotra Namas and Pravara also. So we need certain name. The baby needs a name. So at the time of marriage also, the name is very essential while doing any sort of works, not only for vivaha, for either purchasing or selling or something. The name is very essential. A document should be on the name of that person. Then 3 generations, Pitru, Pitamaha, Prapitamaha's names will be mentioned in Pitru Karyas. And the one, his son and grandson, 3 generations here and there. So the name is very essential for anything. So we have to keep the name so that the person after growing can get very good name and fame by the talent, by good behavior, by the benevolent works they do. So it's very important for the offspring to keep the good name. And actually, the most important reason for naming the children is for the sake of getting liberation by parents, mother and father, because they have to get higher residence, good Divya Lokas, they should name the child. Because they have to get moksha, they have to give very good name to their children. So by this Namakarana, doing Namakarana, the child gets good name and fame, and Ayurdaya will be increased, and the baby gets Yeshes, Kirti, and Aiswarya. These are all the benefits. So it is for the parents to obtain moksha and salvation. How? The example is the story of Ajamila. It is there in Mahabharata. The purpose and fortune of getting this body, Manava Upadhi, is for attaining moksha. So if we, because with much difficulty we could gain this human body, so this should be utilized properly. If we do not try to get moksha in this life, Upanishad says, Mahati Vinashtihi, we are the losers a lot. So people spend their entire span of lifetime only enjoying themselves in this worldly works and all. So duties, so many works they do, and they are engaged in so many affairs, duties, worldly pursuits and all. But at the time of death, most of the people, they always remember their own children, because they know that they are leaving the body and going away, but the mamakara will not leave them. So they want to see, they want to talk, they want to see the faces of their children. So automatically at the last minute, they call their sons and daughters, children by name. So when, while calling the names of the children, if the names are of gods, it means we are remembering God. So automatically that divinity comes, and divine people, God's representatives, they come and take us to their Divya Lokas. So because the authority is Gita itself. In Bhagavad Gita, Paramatma said, Yem yem vapi smaran bhavam त्यजन्त्यन्ते कळेबरं तं तमेवैति कौन्तेय sada tadbhava bhavitaha. So thinking of whom and what ideas, at the last moment one leaves the body, one would get a birth favorable to that feeling only. Example is of Jadabharata. Jadabharata, a very great sage who has to get actually mukti in that very birth. At the last moment, he happened to fall in the, that is a deer gives birth to a baby deer, and then that mother dies. So out of compassion, which is very divine quality only, Bhutadaya, he started to take care of that. But what happened? He developed mamakara for that deer, and in the next birth, even at the time of dying, he is thinking of this baby deer only, because what happens to that if I am not here? So in the next birth, again, he was born as a deer, but because he is a very spiritual soul, he could remember the past. So even in that birth, he remembered, and he behaved very spiritually throughout the life, though the upadhi is of an animal. Then next birth, he was born as a human being, Brahmin, and then got mukti. So this Ajamila story is also like that. So Ajamila was born in a Sad Brahmin family. He studied all Shastras. He always used to serve his parents, gurus, with much devotion. Then he is very virtuous. And when he came to youth, he got married with a good, virtuous, noble girl. And both the couple lived very happily. He led the life, righteous life, dharmika life. But due to his misfortune, one day a very bad incident occurs, unfortunately. And with passion, he marries a woman immorally and becomes corrupt, and he spoils his caste. He neglects his lawfully wedded wife. He never cares even the parents and stops serving them. So his wife is a kulastri. She should be honored and seen properly with love and all. But he neglected parents, wife, and everything, and he abstained from dharma, dharma-চ্যুতি we say, and he got children through that woman. And due to the fortune of his previous deeds, he named his last son as Narayana. And he developed a lot of moha. He got much love and affection towards, because he is the last child. So he is very much attached to him throughout his life, and life has passed away. He came to the deathbed, and he knows that he is about to leave. And he could see even the Yamapata standing by his side, ready to take his jiva when he leaves the body. So seeing those Yamapatas, he got frightened. He wanted to see his youngest son. So loudly he uttered, Narayana, Narayana, please come. So though he called his own son out of moha and mamakara, yet because he uttered the word of name of Narayana, Swami Lord Vishnu, so Vishnu Dutas came there. And these Vishnu Dutas, they asked these Yamapatas to leave that place and go away, saying that you do not have any work here. Then Yamaduta said, this person is so sinner. He is a very wicked and unrighteous person. So we have to take him to Naraka and punish him. Then Vishnuduta said, yes, of course, he did all wrong deeds, unrighteous deeds throughout the life, yet he did meritorious deeds also. We will take care of him, you please go. Then Yamapatas leave that place and left that place and went away, and immediately even Devadutas disappeared. This Ajamila is watching all this and is listening. Then he got remorse. He thought that in his mind, Yamapatas are ready to take me to hell and punish me for my atharmika karyas. Just once I uttered Narayana, and Narayana Dutas came, Vishnu Dutas, and they gave me this sort of opportunity to think of myself, how I behaved throughout my life. If once I thought of the name of Narayana, Vishnudutas came, suppose I lead the entire life with Namasmarana of Paramatma, Lord Vishnu, how much good fortune might have come to me. So then he praised God, he praised Sriman Narayana, lamenting that, oh Swami, please give me one more chance to get liberated in this life. I want to, because I committed very mistakes, I want to do prayashchitas also for them. then automatically by his prayers maybe, or maybe due to the meritorious deeds he did previously, slowly he could recover. He got back his lost health also, and span of life is given to him. He did not die. Then he recovered slowly. This is all because since the birth, he is a very noble dharmika person, did all meritorious deeds. He studied shastras, worshipped God, respected elders, behaved well with wife, and all good deeds he did. So due to that punya, and also due to the punya of previous vasanas, he got this sort of opportunity. So his prana did not leave him. He recovered. Then he left his this wife and all children. He lost that moha for the children also. Even on the last son, he went on pilgrimage and he performed many religious deeds and continuously did nama smarana, which is very essential and very powerful to lead the jiva to Paramatma. So ultimately he got mukti in that birth itself. So by this story, one may wonder how it has become possible to get mukti, spending the whole life, much part of life unrighteously, just by calling the name of Paramatma. Because God has already seven. In fact, he did not call God only at that time. He shouted, he lamented. So that arti is there in him. So though not while calling that Narayana, the last son, later he remorse and repented. So he prayed and lamented and requested God and did Charanagati to Paramatma. So that Charanagati made him, gave him chance to rectify himself, become free from those deeds and all. And in fact, Paramatma has given Yam Yam Vape Smaran Bhavam, the same sloka which I recited now. And also Paramatma said that Apichet Suduracharo Bhajate Mam Ananyapat Sathureva Samantavyo Samyak Vyavasito Hi Saha. So even though a person may be a wicked, cruel person, if he repents and wants to do prayaschitta and not to be on that bad track again, then chance will always be given by Bhagavan. So this sort of remorse made him get liberated in that birth. So keeping the names of gods to our children is very essential for us to get ourselves purified and get liberation also, to go to higher residence and all. This is the actually vasanas, we say, the results of the fruits of the works we did previously will come to Rakshanti, come to our rescue. Rakshanti punyani purakritani, we say. So this is the story of Ajamila. So by calling his son's name, he could get the chance to purify and then get liberated. Now we should know how this method of naming has come and who has named whom for the first time. Because somebody might have done for the first time, so all of us are following. Actually, it is given in our scriptures that Veda Mata itself called the ultimate reality, that transcendental, immanent, the whole powerful, spaceless, timeless, nameless Parabrahman as Parabrahman. Parabrahman is the name given to that power, that Shakti, by Vedamata. Vedamata herself gave that name. Para means beyond. That is beyond everything. Brahman is from the root Brumk Vistarne, that which pervades the whole universe. So that which pervades here, everywhere, and is above is Parabrahman. That is the name given in Vedas. So then onwards, actually, that is when the Srishti emanated and beings came into existence. Because Brahman is called as Brahman by Vedamata, Maharshis were given names by the divine power. Maharshis gave names to all the articles, all the putas, everything that emanated through that creation, even we human beings started to give names to our youngsters because our parents gave us name. So Prajapati Chaturmukha Brahmadeva, he started to do the work of creation. That is his duty. So when he started to do his duty of creation, a wonderful super power appeared before him, in front of him. While watching, when Brahmadeva was watching that power, then that power divided itself into 8 parts. So one lightning came there, that light slowly became visible. That form divided himself into 8 forms. Then this Brahmadeva gave 8 names to all those 8 divine powers. As the names are Rudra, Sharva, Pasupati, Ugra, Ashati, Bhava, Mahadeva, and Ishana. So these are all the names of Parameswara, Lord Shiva only. So only Parameswara Shiva appeared in 8-fold form. Then these 8 are called as actually the original Shiva Rupas, the Mula Rupas of Shiva, the original octaves, we say. Names bring very good fortune to all living beings, so good names should be kept. Nowadays, people are saying in somewhere and keeping some names as if, because they think they are rhythmical, this, that, and all, silly reasons. The name should have a meaning in it. Meaningless names are useless, just keeping the letters clubbed. So, Jatanantarameva Namakaranam Ekadashakne Sputam Dashamyam Uthitayam Snatayam Putrasya Nama Dadati. That is, the father gives name to the son. The newborn baby can be named at the time of Jatakarma on 11th day itself, while performing this Jatakarma and all, Graha Shanti, Graha Dosha Nivaranartham, we say, we do pujas and all. So our Namakarana can be done on 21st day or 25th, 27th and 29th day also of the first month itself. The name should be given according to the astronomical science, seeing the good star. If we name the child either on 11th or 21st day, we need not have to see particularly whether the day is auspicious or not, suiting to the stars or not. Otherwise, we have to see the good nakshatra, counting, that is Janma, Sampat, Vipat, Kshema, Prachik, Sadhana, Naithanam, Mitram, Parama Mitrancha. That is how we have to count the dates. So, seeing the tithi starting from the nakshatra, the star, when that baby is born, or for us also to see any muhurta from that nakshatra, we have to count. So this Namakarana and cradle ceremony can be celebrated as Bala Sare. We say the procedure of giving Sare to the child. The Dharma Shastra say, Ayur Varchophi Vrithischa Siddhir Vyavahurte Statha Namakarma Phalantvetat Samuttistam Manishiphihi. We perform this Namakarana Mahotsava to the newly born child with the intention that the child should grow up with strength and vigor and good health, luster, and also with methas, and live long for full span of life. So the name we keep should be very pleasant to listen, easy to utter, and must have good meaning in it. And that should be the name of any gods or goddesses for boys and girls. Befitting, very good. It should have good meaning, befitting to situations and all, worthy and very significant. So the parents of the baby should first pray for the blessings of Maharshis, gods, ancestors, then Kuladevatas, Ishtadevatas and all, and worship fire god first, worshipping and pleasing all the gods through fire god. By offering into the fire the ahutis for the gods as per the mantras which the priest, the Brahmin, Brahmagaru, we say, he advises. then the father of the baby should pray and seek the permission of Sabhasadas, that is all those who are present there, who have come to that occasion at that time, to permit them to name the child and announce it. Then automatically they permit. Sabha Satpurusha Madhye Nama Prakatana Siddhyartham Anumatim Prarthayami. That is how he should request the Sabha, the people, Sabha Sadas. Those who are present there will permit him, then he should salute to them as Sabhayai Namaha. Then, according to the procedure of Shastras, as done by the priest, he should name the child, tell the name 3 times in the right ear of the child, and then announce the name loudly so that all the people should know the name which is kept to this child. So names are given based on the baby's date of birth, the month, the date, and the star, that tithi at what time the boy is born, not tithi, the star at what time the baby is born, boy or girl. So in this way, name of the month, Masanama will be given first, then the Nakshatra Nama will be given second, a star, on the name of the star. Then the Pada, 4 Padas will be there. In which Pada he is born, accordingly letters are there. So starting with that letter, the name is to be given. Then the last name is Vyavahara Nama, finally. The name with which they want to call the boy or child, the baby, and how that baby should be registered in schools everywhere and all. That is Vyavahara Nama. So along with the names of Devatas or forefathers or grandfather, if any Mukku we say, suppose we thought of any God's name to be kept, we can include all the names, but the last name should be the final name with which the child will be called later. So Vyavahara Nama. So the child will be finally called with the last name, the last part of the name of Vyavahara Nama. But all these names should be remembered by the child, and for each and every occasion while doing either Upanayana or Vivaha and all, any karmas, the entire name should be uttered. So actually there is one Upanishad, Akshamalika Upanishad. Aksha means Ksha means Kshati. Akshara means that which is not destroyed. And Akshas also means letters. So Akshamalika Upanishad gives the meanings and greatness of all the letters, all letters. Each letter got some Adhisthana Devata. Each letter got a power, divine power in it. So that Upanishad gives about all these details. Now in our Panchangam, we can see the letters with which the names have to start according to the pada of the birth star of the baby. So accordingly, the priest would tell the Masanama, Nakshatranama, and Vyavaharanama is to be told by the parents, father, mother, and all. So by listening to these names, Masanama, Nakshatranama, one can easily know in which month the baby is born, which star, and in which pada the baby is born. So at the time of setting marriages, we can see basing on these whether the horoscopes are matching, jatakas are matching or not, of the bride and bridegrooms. So now coming to the letters of the stars, for example, if the baby is born on Ashwini star, the name that is Namanakshetra, it should start with the letters Chu, Che, Cho, La for 4 padas. 4 padas will be there to each star. So 108, because 27 stars are there, 108 padas are there. That is why every time whenever we do Nitya Puja and all, Ashtotara Satanamas are there. With Ashtotara Satanamas, we worship gods. Because whoever is born in this world is to take birth in one of these star, in one of these padas only. So Ashtotara Satanama Archana came into existence. Now the Masanamas for the both girls and boys. They are given in our Panchangams. So for girls, the following are the 12 names given for 12 months. There are 12 months, Aswini, starting from Aswini to Revati. Then Margashirshecha Vagdevi, Pushye Padmavati Tatha Sridevi Chapi Savitri, Bhumihi Kalyaniki Tatha Satyabhama Punyavati Rupavati Indumati Api. Chandravati cha Lakshmi cha Stri Nama Karaneshu cha. These are the names, 12 names for 12 months for girls. Certainly one of these names is to be kept. Then for boys, the names are given as, in Panchangam only, as Krishnaha, Anantaha, Achyutaha, Shekri, Vaikuntaha, Atha, Janardanaha, Upendraha, Yajna Purusho, Vasudevas, Tatha, Hariki, Yogishah, Pundarikaksho, Masanamani, Anukramat. These are the 12 names for 12 months for the boy babies. Then in the Namakarana Samskara, if the Namakarana Samskara is celebrated on 11th or 21st day, we can do. Otherwise, we have to see Shubha Muhurta. Then on that auspicious day, the mother, father, along with the baby, they should take what this Mangala Snana, we say Apyangana Snana, and then they have to sit on the wooden planks, Pitalu, we say. Then the family priest or some other Purohita should be employed to make them perform this ritual properly. So all relatives, friends and all will come there. Then the parents keeping the child on the lap should sit on the proper place facing east side. Then the Purohita or the Brahmin, Brahmagaru, we say, he will make the father perform certain puja karyakrama and then offer that worship fire god, offering havis and all into the fire. Then in our tradition, usually, normally, whenever we do any pujas, the wife should be by the left side of her husband. But only for this Namakarana, even for us, the Yajurveda, Krishna Yajurveda Shaka people also, the wife sits on right side of her husband, only this one time. Normally, the left part is given to wife and of husband's place. Now, this Namakarana Mahotsava starts. Then a silver plate is to be taken. If silver plate is not there, copper plate we can take, but not any steel or iron. That is not good. So, keeping a betel leaf in the middle, we should pour rice on that plate, that silver plate or whatever may be. Then a betel leaf is to be kept there in the middle of that plate. Then Ganapati made with turmeric should be kept on that betel leaf after putting a little turmeric and kunkuma on that leaf. Then kunkuma should be kept to that Ganapati and should do Shodasopachara puja. Some people take a very big plate pouring the rice there, and they take another small silver plate, and there also that muggu should be done with turmeric haldi, that is turmeric and kunkuma, and then put a little rice, then keep that betel leaf there and put Ganapati, so that after worshipping Ganapati puja is over and Udvasana is done, that plate will be kept aside. If in that very big first plate they keep the leaf, that after puja, that leaf with Ganapati after Udvasana can be kept aside. So in either way it is okay. That is because we do Shodasopachara puja to Ganapati, and then Punah Naivedya should be done, Harti should be given, Punah puja should be done, and then that Sarvam Sri Mahaganathipati Charanaravindharpanamastu. Thus, even the fruit of doing this sort of puja also would be given to Ganapati only, because he is the Vigna Nivaraka. For each and every auspicious work, we worship Ganapati. So that Ganapati will be kept aside, taking the prasada. This wife and husband, they take prasada and akshatas they put to the child also. Then after this, now the father has to take the baby keep the child on his lap and take that big plate, silver plate filled with rice into the hands. Or the mother also may keep the child in her lap. Then the father can keep the that silver plate on the lap and he can write. But the father has to do all this procedure. So he has to take that silver plate filled with rice into hands, holding darpa ring to the finger, taking a golden ring to the middle finger, mostly they keep, and then taking the gold ring, which does not have any stones, only gold, pure gold ring. He should divide that rice into 3 parts by drawing 2 lines in that plate. So 3 parts will be there. Then on the upper, that is the first portion, the first part, he should write Masanama with the letter Sri, and Sri Masanama, he says, and then Masanama says Sri, he should say. Then in the middle row, second row, Nakshatra Nama, he should write along with the letter Sri and repeat the Nakshatra Nama and say Nakshatra Nama is Sri. Then in the third part or the bottom part of the plate, the Vyavahara Nama should be written with all other desired names, including Ishtadevata, Kuladevata, or grandfather's name, or somebody else, or anything. If any vows are there, that God's name, sometimes Nagadevata's name, they keep, or Venkata, they keep, etc. So, and then Vyavahara Nama at the end. So total, the entire name should be written with all Devanagara Lipi only. They write mostly all these. If not in their mother tongue also, they can write. So mostly Devanagara Lipi should be used to write all these namas. That is the custom. So then Vyavahara Nama also he writes at the bottom place, third place. Then he should worship all the that is the deities who are invoked there, and the namas themselves are gods. So the nama protects us because nama is a deity. He should worship them. Father has to utter 3 times all these 3 names, Masanama, Nakshatra Nama and Vyavahara Nama, and say and bless the child also after uttering into the right ear. Masanamam Dhrutva, and then Nakshatra Naman Dhrutva, Vyavahara Naman Dhrutva, like that he should say completely the whole sentence. And Sataishman Bhava, if boy child, if girl child, Sataishmati Bhava, that is how. And Vardhasva, he should bless the child. Then all people will bless the child to be healthy and hale. In the right ear, the father has to say 3 times all these names after writing in that plate. He should tell in the ear of the baby, and then later even wife, that is the baby's mother, tells the name 3 times. Then grandfathers, grandmothers, relatives, they also can say. Then the father announces this baby's name to the public, whoever came there. It is known from the Dharma Shastras written by sages like Gautama Maharshi, Bharadwaja Maharshi, and Kanva Maharshi, etc., that the letters of the names of the boys should be even number, and the girl's name should be of odd numbers of the letters. So that is how choosing the names we keep. Then after writing the names, all these names, 3 names of the child, the plate should be kept on the ground. Then Poka Chekkalu, we say we keep Poka Chekkalu there, and Akshatas on all 8 directions, because 8 murtis of Shiva have been invoked there and worshipped there. So again, on all 8 directions, Ashtadikkulu, we say, the protection should come to the baby from all 8 directions. So they place these akshatas there, and then Pokachakalu there, inviting or invoking the 8 forms of Paramatma, Parabrahman, Rudra, Isha, Pasupati, Ugra, Ashati, Bhava, Mahadeva, and Ishana. and pray them to give auspiciousness to all of them who are present there, especially to this wife, husband, and baby and their dynasty. After worshipping these Ashtamurtis, the father, he should also worship the Nama Devatas, names written in that silver place with turmeric, kunkuma, sandal paste, flowers, and then akshatas, and give dhupa and show deepa also to the gods worship there. And now the final harati should be given to all the gods, these Ashta Shivas and then Namadevatas. Then they have to give Naivedya also. The names are deities, so all the Shodasa Upachara Puja should be done. Then thus they have to worship the Nama Devatas who protect us throughout our lives. Then the father will bow down to the Sabha by saying Sabhaye Namaha. Then keeping the child on right his lap, he puts the name and announces the name, and afterwards the father has to hug the child, take the son or girl or boy, the child to he should take into his lap, touching the heart. Then he should say the mantra, Angad Angad Samphavasi, Hrudayad Abhijayase, Atma Vai Putra Namasi, Tvam Jiva Sharadasyatam. You have come out of me, so you are my soul. I have come in the form of you. So there is no difference between the father and the son, father and the daughter. So you live for long, you live 100 years, Sharada Shatam. So thus he blesses. Shastra say that then the father has to smell the forehead of the baby and also the place, Madu, the Sahasrara Chakra will be there. That part also the father has to smell. By smelling like that, the nature of behavior, the traits and qualities of the baby would be known by the father. So we call that as Brahmarandra. So the starting of the forehead and then Brahmarandra place, the father has to smell and then once again bless the child. So then keeping this with akshatas, he will bless the child, which will not, he should take care that they will not fall on the eyes of the child. Then actually when Karna was is found in the golden basket by Suta, and Suta got that basket, and when he opened it, he saw the boy who is shining as lustrous as that of sun with Sahaja Kaucha Kundala Sandal. Then that Suta took that boy into hands and he smelled on the forehead and this Brahmarandra place of that boy, and came to know that this boy has come from a very high and noble family, Uttama Kula Sanjata. That knowledge came to him. So thus accordingly he started to take care of the child and getting educated and all. Thus when father tells the name of the child in the ear, then everybody will tell and all of them will bless the child, and then they give Mangala Harati to this couple along with the child. So our Shastra tells that one should not tell one's own name with his mouth, and also one should never say the names of either Guru, his wife, elder son, and also a very miser person, Pisinari we say. Atmanama Gurur Nama Nama Atikrupanasya cha Shreyas Kamo na Grupniyat Jestapatya Kalatrayo. Jestapatya, elder son. Other sons' names he can tell, but Jeshtaputra, they should not utter the name. Kalatra means wife. One should not say directly. Just even Ramachandra, he never said that my name is Rama. He always said Dasharatha, Dasharathi. That is Dasarathasya Apachyam Puman. I am the son of the King Dasharatha. So that is how he used to introduce himself. After completing this Namakarana Mahotsava, the child should be placed in the cradle. That cradle should be decorated with flowers, garlands, toys and all. First, the mother through the hands of mother-in-law of that girl, and then sister-in-laws, and then all sisters, normally ladies. They put the child over and above this cradle and get the child from beneath, from the lower part of this cradle. So thus 3 times they have to do, very carefully taking the baby in the hands. And finally the mother takes the baby thus 3 times, and then the mother puts the baby into the cradle, keeping the head towards east direction. A baby toy should be put by the side of the baby, either made with a palm leaf. In the olden days we used to do like that, and now any wooden toy or even plastic toy can be, and should be kept near that baby, so that that toy, Paramatma in the form of the toy, will take care of the child throughout, because each and every minute parents cannot be there. So this, the child sleeps happily there in that cradle without any disturbances. According to the places or persons or languages, traditions and customs, there may be little differences in performing this procedure. Mostly I am following, because I know the traditions of our Andhra people. I am almost speaking about that. So this is normally followed by 99% people of our Bharat Desha. A little differences may be there. So this is, then sixth one is Nishkramanam. Nishkramana samskara, that is taking the baby outside for the first time after taking birth from the house. So the baby stayed for more than 9 months time in the womb of the mother. It would be very difficult for the baby to see the light and outside environment. The baby would feel comfortable when the, and very protective when the mother takes the baby in the hands and hugs, because that touch, the warmthness it experiences when it was for a very long time in the womb of the mother. So the mother's love and affection gives a courage and confidence and self-confidence to the baby to grow happily without any fear. Slowly, the baby gets used to the light in that room, that bedroom where the baby is kept, and that atmosphere there of that room. Then, after staying in the rooms of the house for nearly 3 months, or even more than 3 months, exactly 3 months, we can say, then growing little by little, the baby begins to recognize the faces of mother, father, and also the touch and comfort of father, mother, brothers or sisters, if elders are there, or the elderly people of the family, all family members, relatives and all, and notice the external objects also. After the completion of exactly 3 months, when the fourth month enters on the same tithi, the tithi on which the baby is born, on that same day, the baby should be taken out for the first time to the Yagashala, Yajnashala, where Agnikarya would be performed by the parents, keeping this baby on the lap under the guidance of priests and Brahmins. They perform this ritual for the well-being, safety, and health and wealth of the child. There they pray gods, Ishta Devatas, Kula Devatas, Navagraha Devatas, then fire god, Panchabhuta, Adhisthana Devatas, and all gods to please them and keep the baby safe from the planets, Bala, Arishta, Grahas, Naradrushti, etc. And also to get the favor, Anugraha of all the gods, particularly sun god. Then thus the priest makes the Yajamani, that is the father of the baby, perform yajnas and bless, and the priest blesses the couple and that baby. The parents of the child should please the priest with puri dakshinas. He should be satisfied, then only well-being occurs to them, those who do these rituals. Then they should give Shadra Sopeta Bhojana to all the relatives who came there, because giving Annadana blesses people with happiness and prosperity. So those who come to our house on any occasion, they should leave the house with full satisfaction. That is why mostly every time, whenever we do any occasion, we feed them, we give good food them, and also give tambula to them. Giving tambula is very auspicious haldi kumkum we say that should be given to women, flowers and all. Thus, when for the first time the baby is brought to Yajnashala, should be exposed to the light of sun god, and the parent should pray Surya Bhagavan to bless the child with longevity, luster, health and wealth and jnana, knowledge. Then in the evening, they should take the child to any nearby park to make that baby enjoy the cool breeze, the smooth touch of Panchabhutas should be given there. So, in the midst of that green plants, flowers and all the beautiful fragrance will be coming, cool breeze touches and blesses the child. So, thus slowly the baby gets accustomed to come outward and enjoy the nature. The main purpose of this ritual, taking the baby out and all, is to make it a habit for the baby to come out of the house into the lap of nature, because it is the Prakriti which has to protect us, and we should protect the nature, so that the baby starts developing the capacity to withstand the outside atmosphere and gets the power to face any sort of hardships in the life also. So the clean, fresh air would give good health. Then this ritual is also performed to protect the child from Bala Grahas, Bala Aristas, who normally attract the small children, so that the baby does not have to suffer from the evil planets, receives the blessings of nature, sun and gods and all. We do this sort of samskara. Sun rays are useful for the development of longevity, long life and physical fitness, health, arogyam bhaskara dichet we say, and body becomes very strong and fitting. Sri Krishna Paramatma says in Gita, Yat Shastra Vidhim Utsrujya Vartate Kamakarataha Na sa siddhim avapnoti na sukham na param gatim. Whoever lead their lives without following the methods told in our Shastras and behave as they wish, according to their will and wish, they can never obtain any happiness or liberation. So we all should know what is said in our Shastras and we have to follow. And Paramatma also said, Tasmat Shastram Pramanante Karya Karya Vichakshane. Whenever any doubt arises, we should refer to the Shastras. And Upanishad also says, if we do not know Shastra, we should seek the advice of the people, noble, great people who know the Shastra. So, Aluksha, Dharma, Kama, Siva, and also many mantras are given in Taittiriya Upanishad. So, all of us should lead our full lives as per the rights given in the Shastra, Dharma Shastras and Gruhya Shastras by our sages, and follow Shodasa Samskaras. So, by following the Shodasa Samskaras and molding our lives in the same way, we can lead very happy life and get benefited. And also, they are the benefactors to the society also, and all of us should try to lead a very dharmika way of life, becoming ideal to our children, following the Shodas Samskaras. Now the next seventh Samskara is Annaprasana. Annaprasana is a very pious and great sacrament which is celebrated as a festival once again. It is feeding the rice to the newborn baby for the first time. By Annaprasana ritual, the child gets health, long life, luster and intelligence, because we are all Annagata Pranas. So Anna has come from the word other, to eat, atti, other, atte also we say other, to eat. So Anna is that which is eaten, that is the food. We call Anna, the cooked rice we call as Annam. So Prashana, Asha, ash to eat, Ashana. Prasana is eating perfectly. So Annaprasana is that samskara in which some solid food other than mother's milk is being given to the baby for the first time. even that should be done with the blessings of gods and in front of all relatives and all, because they also bless the child. Without doing annaprasana according to the Shastrokta method, if the child is given food, that will not be good. So the child should not be given anything to swallow other than mother's milk. So if mother's milk is not sufficient, before doing this annaprasana also, cow's milk can be given, but nothing other than milk. So annaprasana samskara should be performed on the 6th day of 6th month of the baby. The parents of the baby should take the sankalpa, sarvada mrishtanna praptyartham, sarva kamyartha siddhyartham, annaprasana karma karishye, like that they should take sankalpa, that I shall do this annaprasana karma to my child for obtaining good, delicious food throughout the life and for attainment of all desired fruits. So saying, for the first time, such a food should be kept in the mouth of the child or on the tongue of the child, on the lower lip of the child, because the baby is very small. That food which is yajna prasada, not any immediately as soon as we cook, we should never give it to the baby for eating. That should be yajna prasada anna or havishyana, we say. Even we have to eat only havishyana, which is to be offered to the god, should be cooked after offering to God. That food again should be cooked for the second time with cow milk mixed with jaggery and honey. Should be kept in a silver bowl, and then after offering that again to Ishtadevatas, Kuladevatas and all, then that which is almost like a thick juice should be given to the baby with golden ring without the stones. If golden ring is not available, silver ring. If not, even mud pots we use normally, mostly mud will be melting with the touch of the water. Then with darphas we can use the ring which is made with darphas also are very pious. The mud pots are rings which are like pots which are heated in the fire, they will not melt. So we can obtain such vessels also, mud vessel. The father should keep the baby on his lap, either mother or maternal uncle, menamama we say in our Andhra people. Should first keep that paramanam gujju we say, which is like thick juice. That should be kept 4 times, either on the lower lip or on the tongue of the baby, while the priest is reciting the mantras. Always with the mantras we should do all these rituals, samskaras, because mantras got the power. So later after either father or menamama, then afterwards mother should feed the child, that is put the food 4 times or 3 times, then onwards. Then grandparents, grandmothers and all near relatives, everybody, they also can feed the child mildly and bless the child to live long. In a Dharma Shastra Grantha, in all Dharma Granthas, particularly in a Grantha called as Kalamruta, that is a particular Dharma Shastra Grantha, it is said like this: Annaprashanam arphakasya shubhadam masyeva yugme shubhe shashtatha vatha panchamadi divase mase vathunam gruhe. That is how Kalamruta says. Annaprasana ceremony should be done in the house of baby's maternal grandmother, that is mother's mother, Ammamma's house. So if this Annaprasana is performed on the 6th day of 6th month, then it's okay. Otherwise, for the boy babies in even months and for girl babies on odd months, it should be performed seeing the auspicious day according to nakshatra and all, tithi, vara, varjas, etc. This samskara can be done on Monday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday, or either, and also either on Vidya, Tadiya, Panchami. We say Panchami is always good, and Saptami, Dashami, Trayodasi or Chaturdasi before Paurnami and all. And Shastra says on Navami Tithi we should not do. So seeing good nakshatra for the baby and father, the muhurta should be kept either on Sampatara, Kshematara, Sadhantara, Mitra or Paramamitratara, etc. But mostly all people perform Annaprasana on 6th day of 6th month. Shanmasa Shashta Divasye Kuryad Annaprasanam, says the Shastra. So for doing Annaprasana, the baby must have get the teeth at least 1 or 2 at that time, say somebody. So because otherwise the pressure falls on the soft gums and the teeth after coming may fall down early. That is why till the teeth come from the 6th month onwards, till the teeth come to the baby, at least 2 or 3, only liquid foods should be given, not any solid food. If the milky teeth start to fall very late and come late and fall late, then new teeth also come very late, then we consider, Shastra says that those teeth will be very strong and live forever as long as the person lives. So for long time they can stay, otherwise they may be broken. Therefore, it is advised to do Annaprasana on 6th day of 6th month, but directly rice or hard things should never be given to the baby. The baby should be fed only with liquids, liquid foods, fruit juice also we can give. Ferrets, etc. powders can be mixed in the milk, and that can be given to the baby as the food. Slowly, month after mother, the diet can be modified. Then rice, dal, vegetables, etc. may be cooked together in a cooker. We can cook and then smashing them with adding with a little salt and adding a lot of honey and cow ghee. It can be given to the child. Or some people, they add dathi. Dathi mathu krutodanam, says the Shastra. So when the baby is in the womb of the mother, they say God pours life to the baby during the entrance of 6th month. Then onwards, that baby may take some the fluids which are there, the tumaniri, etc. we say, and that enters into the stomach of the baby, and that defect still remains a little in the stomach. So by several ways since the birth, parents take care to make that come out of the baby. So in several methods they are doing, and even this also on a present time also, if anything is remaining, even that will come out or get digested and goes leaving the body. That should go out especially. So the baby needs energy. So in Sankalpa of Annaprasana, father has to say, Garbha Malambupana Dosha Nivrutyartham, for removing the defects of drinking the dirty water of the womb. So the delicate body of the baby, especially the stomach, the liver, digestive system, they should get purified and be strengthened. And the baby should develop the capacity to digest what outside food, whatever the baby eats. So till that time, the baby should drink mother's milk only. And mother's milk is like nectar to the child, to all children. And it gives strength to the body and mind and increases resistance to the body of the child, baby. So even after Annaprasana, the mother should give her milk to the baby as long as the milk comes there. At least for 1 year, the child should drink mother's milk. So while doing this Annaprasana, everyone follow their own traditions and customs. Some do with payasana, some do with curd rice mixed with cow ghee, honey and all. Bothayana Maharshi and Asvalayana Maharshi. And also there is another one, another Maharshi, Hiranyakesi, etc. So many other Maharshis also are there. They wrote Gruhya Sutras, and they said that curd should be mixed in the cooked rice and should be given. Even Apastamba Gruhya Sutras, it is said, Dathi Mathu Kruta Vodanam. Vodanam is cooked rice. Dathi means curd. Curd purifies the lives, the liver, of the body, then gives luster to the body. Honey got medicinal power. It itself is a medicine. So it removes vata, pitta and kapha from the body. The honeybees collect this makaranda of different flowers and prepare this honey. So the honey got the power of nature in it, natural power. Now kauki ayur khritam, we say, the ghee itself is span of life. So it increases the long life. Then it is because even this ghruta is also a herbal product. The cow ghee itself is ghritena varthate buddhihi also. By taking this cow ghee, even the intelligence increases, span of life increases. So it's very nice, and also it helps in the digestion of the food. So the digestive system would be functioning nicely if we eat ghee. Then Kalavu Parashara Smritihi, we say. In Parashara Smriti, it is said Kshirodanam. The milky rice should be given, that is Paramanam, as we say. The rice cooked with this milk added with jaggery, and then honey also we can add. Not directly jaggery we eat, we add a little, we can add, then honey and cow ghee should be added. And havishyana should be cooked, then it should be divided into 4 parts. One part to be submitted in the fire as offerings to the gods. Second part should be given to the guests, adding into that big vessel which is prepared. Third part should be given to birds and beasts. Then fourth part should be mixed with cow ghee, cow milk, boiled smoothly once again, mixed with honey, and then that mixture should be given, offered to God once again, and then should be given to the child, considering the body to be the temple and this jiva as Paramatma existing in that body. To that Paramatma we are offering, the Paramatma who is residing in the body in the form of jiva, I, the consciousness and Chaitanya, to that we have to offer, and then through the mouth we have to offer. So while keeping that Paramanam with golden ring to the on the lower lip or the tongue, these 4 mantras should be recited by the priest and father also. Om Purapam Tvoshathinagum Tadrasam Prasayami. Om Puvarapam Tvoshathinagum Rasam Prashayami. Om Suvarapam Tvoshathinagum Rasam Prashayami. Om Pur Puva Suvarapam Tvoshathinagum Rasam Prashayami. Like that, with all these 4 mantras, it should be given for the first time. Deho Devalaya Prokto Jivo Deva Sanaatana, we say. The Shruti says. Sri Krishna Paramatma also said, Ishvara Sarvaputanam Pradeshe Arjuna Tishtati. The newborn baby, from the very Annaprasana Samskara, we are teaching to the baby that one should eat after offering to God. So from this Annaprasana itself, the child, though it knows or not, the tradition we are making the baby to get accustomed to our tradition that one should eat only prasadanna, not directly cooked one. So Paramatma residing in us should be offered that food first, and then Paramatma takes that food and gives us strength. So whatever we are eating, we should eat with the feeling that we are eating that we are offering that to the God who is existing in us, in our body. So we should make habituated to this type of behavior in life, even to the children, babies. This is the tradition we got from our sages, ancestors. That is, all human beings grow due to the food we eat. Taittiriya Upanishad says, Annadeva Kalvimani Putani Jayante, Annadeva Jatani Jivanti, Annam Prayanchi Abhisamvishanti, Annam Brahmeti Vyajanat. Annam is Parabrahman. All living beings are taking birth from Annam, living by food, and are being merged in matter in Annam only. So one should never blame or insult the Annam. Annam prano va annam shariram annadam prane shariram pratishtitam tasmad annam na nindyat tad vratam. Annam bahukurveta tad vratam. Annam should be honored, that is the vow. Thus, in several ways, the importance of food is explained. After the Annaprasana process is completed, the Brahmins and Ritviks, they recite Anna Sukta and bless the baby, and the parents that they will never have any difficulty in getting food throughout their lives. The food we eat and food we feed to children is of divine herbal power. We should pray that such a herbal power should give strength, vigor, long life to us. And ahara suddhau sattva suddhihi. So if we eat the food which is of sattvika gunas and pure suddha, then we will be healthy, we develop with all sattvika gunas, divine qualities. So we should eat only sattvika ahara, not rajasa or tamasa. So it is said in Shastras that at the time of Annaprasana, we should praise Urja Shakti. Then we will get vigor and power. At the time of taking food also, we should always pray Goddess Annapurna Devi. Annapurna Devi is the goddess of Annam, the food, who gives us food. We should pray her to give Jnana and Vairagya, not only just ordinary food. Annapurne, Sadapurne, Shankara Pranavallape, Jnana Vairagya Siddhyartham, Bhiksham Dehi cha Parvati. So we should pray Annapurna Devi to give us Jnana and Vairagya, detachment, and thereby get liberated. Then in our Bharata Desha, actually our Bharat Desha is Krishi Prathana Desha, crops or Padi Pantalu we say. And our Desha shines with spiritual knowledge. So it is our tradition to worship Annadevata, recognizing the greatness of her and keep our children under the protection of that Mata. Thus our children start worshipping Goddess Annapurna Devi since Annaprasana. So this samskara should be performed according to Shastra. So after all this process is completed, women give harati to parents and baby. The holy priest blesses them as Annapatir Annado Varthamano Bhuyah. Master of Anna, who eats Anna, grow high. Annapati is our prana, and this body is Annada, one which eats food. So our body and life, that is prana, should grow perfectly. That is the blessing given to us by the priest. So after doing Annaprasana, the child should be given 1 or 2 spoons full of food prepared for that baby separately, and then onwards every day a little that should be given. And after this Annaprasana, then we celebrate a certain display and entertainment program also with the child. The floor should be cleaned neatly, a carpet should be stretched there on it. Then at a place, such objects like holy textbooks, then ordinary school books, pen, pencil, slate and slate pencil, chalk piece, etc. Then money, gold coins, gold chains, then all eatables, sweets, fruits, etc. Then kitchen articles, then doctors, stethoscope, etc., drawing sheets and all, brushes, this, that, then turmeric and kunkuma flowers, then gods, idols, and photos of gods, also portraits, all these should be kept near at a particular place side by side. Then at a little distance, the child should be kept in the that is in the to crawl, so that the child can crawl and come and approach these things. And standing at the side of these articles, we should call the child to crawl and come. Then whatever object the child takes first, touches first, or takes into the hand first, then with that, the parents recognize that, they consider that as the sign of the future of that baby. That is, in what sort of profession the child will go, in what sort of article she is it is having interest, and how the life would be of the baby and all would be known by the elders by this sort of process. Then they take the child into lap and then once again bless the child, Dirghayushman Bhava or Dirghayushmati Bhava and all. Thus, Annaprasan Samskara should be performed traditionally. Now, all living beings live and grow by eating food only. Taking such a food should start with devotion and gratitude to God. The aim of our Annaprasan, the aim of our life is to get moksha, to get knowledge, real knowledge. So, while living, we should develop that knowledge, and also this Vastu Pradarshana Veduka also indicates how the future would be of the child. Then Chuda Karma or Chaula Samskara, Putventrikalu, to remove. This is a small one only, and then Karnaveda Samskara is also very short. So these two also I want to complete. Questions they can ask tomorrow. So the Chuda Karma Samskara is the ritual of removing the hair that came at the time of birth to babies. This hair removed samskara, hair removal samskara should be performed within a year, first year, or at the beginning of third year also, but not during second year. This is done during odd months for boys and then during even months for girls. It is reverse here. So until then, the soft hair that was there on the head protects the baby's soft head, and especially the middle part of the head, which is very smooth from there. Now the ranthra is not there, it is filled, but through that ranthra, Paramatma enters into the body of us all individuals, living beings, and then that would be covered by the hair, and then the swallow, we can notice how it is very hollow and all also, very smooth. So that should become a little hard. Then only the hair can be removed. Until then, that hair would be the protector of that particular part. God gave us the most precious body and sent us into this world. So we should purify ourselves with Veda mantras, grow spiritually, live righteously, to extinguish the karmas, to gain knowledge, to be liberated and all. Now, every part of the body, every sense organ given by God to us at the time of birth, that itself is very precious to us, to be guarded throughout the life. Care should be taken always. But this congenital hair on the head should be removed completely within 3 years. So by staying in the mother's womb, the hair soaks in that water and the hair gets dirty. That pollution did not go just with head baths or anything. So moreover, the Purva Janma Vasanas and Samskaras, the past memories also will be lingering to that hair. So the Shastras instructed us to remove that hair fully. This is called as hair removal samskara. It is said that if the congenital hair is removed, the defect would go away. The hair that comes later grows thicker, darker, long, and appears more beautiful and handsome. Usually, it is the customary for our Andhra people to take off the hair at Tirumala and present the hair, to offer that hair to Lord Venkateswara Swami, because we know that story. So many people remove the hair of their children at some temples or shrines, and somebody, if they wish, they can do this samskara at their house also. The scriptures say that Janmanoti Tritiye Varshe Chaulam Punarvasvog. Chuda karma should be done during third year from the birth and in the Punarvasu nakshatra, because it takes normally 1 year time for the head to become strong, hard. Then the middle part of the head called Madu would be very soft and is like a hollow and all, which we already said. So Upanishad say that the Paramatma entered into our body through that Madu. So that should be taken care, and never any, it should not get hurt at any time. So either during the end of first year or starting of third year, we can do this. Then if the mother is pregnant, suppose at that time, then within the 5th month pregnancy, this Chuda karma can be performed to the elder baby. But after 5th month pregnancy, even this should not be done to the elder baby until delivery is over. Then during the 3rd year of first baby and 1st year of first baby, second baby, we can do. So this sort of then actually if we do at home or somewhere in shrines also, the barber will be there. He is also considered as a very, very holy person. And at home we should keep a priest and then do this puja karyakrama and all, and then only we have to do this. So we should fix a barber for the purpose if we do at home. Then on that holy day, the mother, father and child also should take bath, holy bath, wear new clothes, do Vinayaka puja, worship Agnihotra. All this process is common. Worshipping Shodasopachara pujas and all, and wearing new clothes, everything. Then in Andhra families, mostly the maternal uncle, Menamama, we say, Menamama cuts for the first time and then the father may remove, or even the barber can remove. But our custom is, after the hair is removed, we worship that barber, the mother and father. They should offer new clothes, dakshinas, then flower tambula with fruits, flowers and all. And we should bow down to that person and get his blessings. That is the custom. His blessings give auspiciousness to all of them. Then after this process of hair removing is over, then again Mangala Snanas they should do, wear new clothes and all. So this Susruta Samhita and Charaka Samhita say that by this Chaula karma, the longevity and beauty will increase to the child. The Pancha Shikhas, mostly some people, according to their tradition, they put Pancha Shikhas at the time of Puttu Ventrikalu, but mostly 99% people, we completely remove the hair and Pancha Shikhas will be kept at the time of Upanayana. So this process is done for the longevity of the child. So this is also called as Ayush Karma. There are scientific and health aspects also behind wearing this crown or wearing shikha at the back of the head. Then because most of the people, even girls will have matted hair and jada will be there. For boy babies also, pilaka we say that shikha should be left later on also. The remaining hair should be taken, because we say at the middle of the back part of the head, there is scientifically also medulla oblongata will be there, and that takes care of the nervous system and our body also. We call that as Muchikala Gunta and all. So because this shikha, the hair is attached to that, our nervous system functions properly and actively, and that shikha remains, shikha means Agni Shikha, we remember. Shikha is the top part of the mountain also, thus we remember. So the spiritual energy and light comes into the body, and that shikha protects the baby. So by keeping shikha, a person can be very healthy without having these diseases. Nowadays, they say hernia and hydrocele operations are being done mostly for men only in the olden days, because they, in the olden days, of course, this is less. In present days, it is common frequently, because they are not keeping that shikha at the back. This hernia problem will not be there mostly for women, because jata is protecting. So all these are the most important samskaras which we have to do according to our customs and traditions, depending upon the places, regions, languages and all differences may be there, but we have to do. So, okay, let us stop here today. Karnavetha samskara, ear piercing, we'll do tomorrow. Swasti.
బాబు గారు నమస్కారం.
Now, what shall we do?
We'll go for Prarthana first. Then questions anyway, Visalakshi garu said tomorrow. So first we'll do Prarthana.
Yeah. So now, Heren, please do Prarthana. Chant Prarthana, please.
After Prarthana, we can take questions.
Om. Shall I start?
Please.
Om Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaah Gobrahmanebhyah Shubhamastu Nityam Lokah Samastah Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanyah Prithvi Sasyashalini Deshoyam Shubharahitah Brahmana Santu Nirbhayaः Aputra Putrinas Santu Putrinas Santu Pautrinah Adhanas Sadhanas Santu Jivantu Sharadam Shatam Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara Swadhyayanman Pramadah Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Swasti. Dhanyawad.
Dhanyavadamulu. Heren Parekh garu. Now, let us recite national anthem. Challa Chikbabu garu.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय जय।
Thank you so much. Challa Chikbabu garu. Dhanyavadamulu.
Kallalji, one